What's up, guys? This is Bobby Douglas, and this is just the second half of the Villanova St. Mary's game from last year's NCAA tournament. We were taking a look at St. Mary's wing Malik Fitts. Had a quiet-ish first half, but I think he did show a lot of things that he does well, and he also played some pretty solid defense. And given my expectations coming into this video, I was rather surprised. So, with that said, let's get right into the second half, and here we go. So again, obviously, number 24 regarding Eric Paschal. Nothing really new here. Let's see. Good job. I like that he went for his man first before going for the ball. Maybe he left a little bit prematurely, but so they're kind of using him as a small ball 5 right now, and that's obviously not going to be his role in the NBA. But St. Mary's is a rather small team, so it makes sense for their scheme. Get a shot off. Good back tap, huh? And here's Fitts on the ball. Let's see what he does here. That's another good job just walling up and staying in front of Paschal. Looks like we got an and one here. That might be the first free throws I've seen. In this game, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I thought Fitts did a nice job just walling up and staying solid there. Let's see what he does here. It looks like he has Colin Gillespie on him, so I feel like they should be attacking that mismatch. Doesn't look like they are planning to. And there's Jordan Ford for 3 again. That's just, I'm telling you, he is a crazy good shooter. I mentioned that Cassius Winston was the best pick and roll guard that I've seen, that I think is in this draft class. Jordan Ford, I think, probably is top 3 as well. He's really good in ball screens, and he's really good at just getting a shot off the dribble as well without a screen. So we got a trap for St. Mary's. So again, they called out the switch. Paschal hit that shot, but Fitts called out the switch, so not entirely on him. Maybe he could have called that out a little bit more aggressively and a little bit earlier. And I don't really see a reason to switch there. It was just a simple DHO. Probably should have just stayed with him. Good backdoor. Ooh, who blocked that? Was that Jermaine Samuels? Yeah, he's good. And again, Fitts right there. There's no reason for him to go up and try and block that shot. His responsibility in that situation on the break is to cover that weak side corner 3, and Saddiq Bey just made him pay for gambling on a rather low percentage and just irrational gamble from Fitts. No reason to try and go up and block that shot and leave your man wide open for that corner 3. So again, Colin Gillespie was on him the last 2 possessions, and they didn't really target him. So that time, he did a lot better job. Let's see what he does here. Good job not biting on that pump fake. And they're a really good defense from right there from Fitts. That was Saddiq Bey, who obviously we've done a video on, and I have him as a top 10 prospect in this year's draft. So again, really nice job just staying physical, walling up. And again, he's not the most technically sound defender. His footwork is a little bit sloppy in my opinion. But when he has that drive to stay in front of guys, I think he can do it. That's why I'm not totally out on him as a defender in the NBA. Right there, just kind of wasn't really smart with the ball. And Jermaine Samuels just brought the house down with a dunk. We got a quick timeout for St. Mary's, so I'll skip ahead. But if he could defend in the NBA like he is doing tonight, that's an awesome value pick for any NBA team. Because you're going to be able to get him in the 50s and 60s of this draft. I'm telling you, I think he's a top 30 prospect. So he's now back on Pascal. And Villanova's kind of on a little bit of a run here. Fitts was battling for that rebound. Nobody came up with it, though. It looked like Demir Crosby-Roundtree did. And that's a blocking foul, but I do like the way that he moved his feet there. Maybe he could have, if he just stayed down, he maybe could have just stayed in front. But overall, I do like right there, he actually did a nice job recovering after trying to go for that rebound and just getting back to his man and at least cutting off the drive. I know he got a foul out of it, but it showed nice effort on his part, I would say. And again, maybe it was just a product of him carrying a more heavy offensive load his senior year, and that's why his defense fell off. And so if that's the case, I mean, right there, again, another nice job just kind of recovering. And again, he was kind of watching the ball, seeing if he needed to help, and then the second the kick out happened, he was right back to his man contesting the shot. But I do think the defense might have been a contribution. The lack of defense may have been contributed to by the just overall offensive load that he had to take on his senior year. Obviously, with he and Jordan Ford, St. Mary's is usually an offensive powerhouse, and they were both key cogs. So their defense is going to struggle a little bit. I understand that, but just the effort was a little bit concerning this year. But again, in this game, I will say he looks very dialed in. And, it is a tournament game. It's not a regular season game at Portland, so I understand that. So, again, when he wants to, he can be a very, very solid defender, I think. And again, he's got a nice, thick, chiseled frame. And so I think he's capable of just being a solid defender despite being somewhat of a tweener. And here's Fitts going to get the three right here if he hits it. He does. Again, just off the catch, simple shot for Fitts. And then you can see the release again. It's low, and then it goes kind of up. It finishes nicely, but then it just starts a little bit low. But again, 40% three-point shooter this past season, so I'm not really worried about that. And again, he knocks it down again. Nice job switching on the Pascal right there. Pascal hit the three, but that was overall solid coverage from Fitts. And nothing's going on there. Let's see who's going to get that ball. It's going to be St. Mary's. I like that the refs are letting him play in this game. It's been a very clean, efficient game so far. Fitts on Pascal. Let's see if they run another pick and pop with him. That's what they've been going for a lot in this game so far. Oh, so this time they had Pascal get the screen. And again, nice job. Nice job from Fitts right there as well. If you're going to force Pascal to take in those tough mid-range twos, that's what you want. So again, you just watch him, and you know that this isn't one of his stronger offensive games, but he's playing decent on defense, and he can shoot the three. He can drive really well. What's not to like? I must be missing something because I don't understand how this guy isn't even being talked about getting drafted. Right there, that's just a crazy possession. And he doesn't really have the passing vision. He doesn't have he's pretty skilled with the ball in his hands, but just passing, not really his strong suit. Tends to get sped up a lot. And, not the best handler when being pressured, but he can put a few dribble moves together. So here he's on Pascal again. Let's see if Pascal tries to drive him. He won't. Here we go. Let's see. So that time, good job calling off the switch, and now he's on Samuels. Let's see if he boxes out well. Yeah, that's not a good box out from Fitts. He needs to do a better job there. Demir Cosby-Roundtree is probably one of the best hustle guys that I've seen in college basketball the last few years, and he never gets talked about for Villanova, but he was a huge impact. He had a huge impact on that 2018 national championship team. But Fitz has got to do better on that rebounding there. He didn't even try to box Cosby-Roundtree up. He gave him a free run. Got an air ball there. Let's see what Fitz does here. Good job not getting sped up. And again, right now he has Gillespie on him. Why can they not get him the ball? Look at him. Thank you. Let's see what he does here. Again, he's going to take him in the post. It's a smart play. And right there, it looked like could have gotten fouled there, I think. But again, Demir Cosby-Roundtree did a nice job coming over. And helping out there. And again, his finishing improved a whole lot from his junior year to his senior year, or to his sophomore to his junior year, technically. So that's something you gotta watch out. That's just something you gotta just consider. But he's had a lot of layups that he kind of has blown. And he usually isn't like this. At least his senior year, he wasn't. He was a much better finisher at the rim. Right now, he's kind of jogging up the floor. Another thing with him is motor maybe comes and goes at times. It might be a fitness issue, might be just an overall motivation issue. I tend to lean more on the fitness side because that would explain a lot more of his inconsistent effort on defense. Let's see what he does here. So right there, you can just see Pascal just beat him, and he got to the rim. I don't know how that wasn't a foul, but Pascal did beat him. Let's see what Fitts does here. So again, ball on a China shop, sped up a little bit too much, and he ultimately turned the ball over. And as a result of that play, he goes out for around 2 minutes of game time, so I'll get him back in. 53:06. There we go. So yeah, now there's 8 minutes left in this? Yeah. Good job rotating out to that shooter. Pick the right poison right there. Looks like a foul is being called. Yeah. Fitts did a nice job cutting off that post touch for Pascal. And right there, he just kind of lost his man. Yeah. And Pascal's going to hit that three. Again, just kind of got caught ball watching. Kick out for open three, nothing good. Got another foul here. So right there, I'm not really sure what Fitts was doing. He was very late on the rotation. Ultimately, nice hands though to get that steal off of Pascal. He recovered well, but he was late getting around. So Fitts looked like he was going to switch that, but he ultimately just stayed on Pascal. And now, like right there, he needs to tag that roller. He didn't get burned. Right there, good job just staying on his feet. Looks like he drew the charge as well. So again, he has shown a pretty good perimeter defense. But the awareness is a little bit concerning, I would say. There have been a lot of plays that just highlight his deficiencies on that end. Just going to set a ball screen here. Now he's being guarded by Sadiq Bey. That's an awesome play from Eric Pascal defensively. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's Phil Booth with the bank. Yep. All right, let's see what he does here. Let's see if he does anything. Nope. Just looking for something. Nice little move. But again, he does have a tendency sometimes to just kind of disappear in the flow of the offense. Even this past season, he had some games where he wouldn't hit double digit scoring. He would take not a lot of shots. And then sometimes he would be pretty cold. He would shoot 2 for 12, something like that. So he is he's somewhat inconsistent, but I do buy the overall shot and everything with him. Because it was a few games where that was an issue. We got Fitts on Pascal. Again, I'd like to see him in a little bit of a better stance right there, especially as the ball is coming towards him, because it just takes him a few extra seconds to just kind of get out of that and then either pick where to help or where he's needed. Right there, really good contest. I think he got called for a foul. But right there, actually, he made a smart play. So he let his man go up to the three-point line because he saw Phil Booth driving. Ultimately, got called for a foul, but I do like that heady awareness right there. That's the first free throw. So DHO. Now Ford's with it. Fitts is flashing to the high post. Again, kind of being used as that small ball 5 in a way. Yeah, Villanova's defense has been locked on the last few possessions, I will say. Pick and roll. I don't think that was his job to tag. I think that was Ford's. I don't know how Jordan Ford's ending up on Jermaine Samuels, but a good job harassing him and getting that rebound. Ooh. Oh, goodness. If he hit that, that would have been insane. Nothing to do with Fitts on that play. So Villanova's in a 2-3, it looks like, or a 2-1-2. We saw a little bit of this in the first half. They might have been in it second half sometimes as well. Let's see what he does here. Good job using that body. And again, he doesn't really have a soft touch around the rim, but it goes in a decent amount. He just kind of just throws it up there, hopes it sticks. But good job right there, just kind of just getting to a spot, bodying up and finishing. So yeah, so St. Mary's is starting to foul just because they don't really have a whole lot of team fouls right now. Yeah, and Tommy Kuzi just fouled out for them. So Fitts on the block right now. Pascal's kind of leaking out to the 3-point line. This looks like a Phil Booth type of play, though. Good job cutting off that pass. Smart rotation from Fitts. And yeah, pretty solid defensive possession right there. Fitts was there late, but I don't know who got called for the foul. Fitts probably shouldn't have rotated over. I get the sentiment there. But if he got the foul, it definitely wasn't really worth it. It's a nice take from Jordan Ford. I'm trying to think when I first saw Fitts and I thought, damn, he could be in the NBA. I think it was the WCC tournament where they played against Gonzaga in the title game, and I think Fitts only had 8 points, but just the flashes that he showed, and it was from this past season. So obviously the game we're watching here this earlier in this season, but I just remember watching him and I'm thinking like, damn, he could be an NBA guy. He's got a good body, he can shoot. He's got pretty good acceleration going towards the rim, and so that was like the first time where I saw Malik Fitts on my radar. And then I monitored him a lot during this past season. Then when I was throwing my big board together, I ultimately decided he was a first-round pick for me. Good tip out. Fitts. That's a tough foul to get called. Yeah, it's just the Jermaine Samuels dunk. So if it looks like a screen, it's pick and pop there. Jordan Ford almost turned it over. Ooh. So he's just a little guy. He just like darts around the entire floor with the ball. Really impressive. Got timeout here, so I'll skip this. And there, I think Fitts got the foul right there, but I understand that's not a bad foul, obviously. Maybe you want to trap him in the backcourt first, but I understand the sentiment there. Down 6 with 30 seconds left. Here's Jordan Ford's going to get it to Fitts. Let's see what he does here. He's going to drive and nice finish again. Just takes the contact well and finishes with the little floater. Now we got a 4-point game. But you saw a little bit there of just the overall acceleration he has. Granted, Villanova was kind of scrambling defensively, but he just caught it and went for it. Got another foul here. Oh, wait, did he draw the offensive foul there? He did. Wow, good play from Fitts. Got Phil Booth to push off. Let's see if St. Mary's does anything here. But again, on that drive he just had, you did see the acceleration he had. And let's see if he hits that 3. No, but I like the form and I like the fluidity there. Again, he's very comfortable shooting off the catch, off of movement. So, again, he's pissed that he didn't make that. But overall, I think he's a very solid shooter, as I've mentioned multiple times in this video, probably. It's on the rebound, gets it to Ford. And I believe that's going to do it. Yep. All right. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Fitts, had a so-so game, I would say, for his standards. But I think he did show the flashes of what he's going to be good at in the NBA. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And we will see you tomorrow for another breakdown. Remember, check my Twitter at BobbyDouglas21. And you'll see a schedule for this week, for these week's breakdowns. So with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And thanks.